Hello there. Welcome to another program or another edition of the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon Show or the Freddie Kissoon Gildarie Show, whichever you prefer. We come to you live on Guyanese Critic Facebook, or you can go to Daybreak News on YouTube and you will see us live. We also come to you on YouTube. So if you have your smartphone or your smart TV, please go to Guyanese Critic Facebook page and there you will see us. Leonard Gildarie was not here, is not here this evening, pardon me. But we have a special guest and somebody special to me and I would think special to Guyana. But we will come to that. So, welcome again to our program. We come to you live on Guyanese Critic Facebook page and on YouTube. This is the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon Show. We have a call-in program. This evening, you are calling in on politics. Matters relating, pertaining, associated with politics. If you have any personal issues to address, we can deal with that next week because Friday we have a guest. But we prefer you if you ruminate or elaborate on political issues, clarifications, complexities, questions that you need to deal with. So we have a call-in program this evening on politics. I will tell you who is our guest after my introduction. Our guest number, please take it down. You can call in to his number and we will hear the questions. Please write his number down. 707-1132. If my cameramen, my operators are hearing this, I'd like them to put it on the screen. And our number is 231-2982. Let me now introduce my guest and let me now have an introduction to the introduction of my guest. One person here this evening symbolizes the danger of a predominant narrative. If you have a predominant narrative that is fictional or biased or racist or sociological or political or philosophically slanted, that narrative will get into your head unless you see a counter narrative. One person sitting here this evening symbolizes a counter narrative. And let me explain what I mean by that. When Charrandas Persaud had an incident with a woman in India in which he is purported to have assaulted verbally the woman with a sexual term. There were calls for his resignation. Women groups became fanatic and frenetic over it. He apologized. But if you allow that kind of perception of people of Charrandas to get into your head, you're going to be misinformed. Here is the counter narrative now. Lincoln Lewis, the General Secretary of the Trade Union Congress, is charged with assaulting a woman and was placed before the magistrate court. Not one single voice asked for Lewis to step down until the matter was resolved. I'm raising my finger at the camera. Not one women group said anything, one word, about Mr. Lewis being charged for assaulting a woman half his size. Mr. Lewis was interviewed a few months ago and featured prominently in the Sunday edition of the Starbook News, in which he expounded on lack of justice, bad governance in Guyana. The Catholic bishop is currently in an organization with Mr. Lewis, and they were featured together in a photograph on the front page of the Starbuck News. This man has been charged with assaulting a woman and no one physically. Charan was accused of verbal assault, and the women group came out like vultures. So that little story of Lincoln Lewis is our counter narrative, because if you allow these women group and anti-Charrandas group to get into your head, you're going to be misinformed. Before I introduce Charrandas, let me tell you about a counter narrative that is important, so you could remove any attempt of people with an agenda to get into your head. I have been a Kaicho News columnist since the paper started, 25, 26, 27 years. I have been a columnist with that paper for that long. I think the Freddie Kissoon column is very much looked over the past 26 years in the Kaicho News, and it's come to be a part of the Kaicho News. On Sunday, I submitted what I would consider one of my better pieces, in which I'm replying to people who say there's a creeping apartheid against Africans. And I examine Guyana institutionally and sociologically to show that could not be possible in Guyana. Sunday, when I got up and I looked at my paper, my article was not there. So I went online, and the article was not online. I discussed this on Monday, and I will discuss it again. Mr. Glenn Lal did not carry my article because of the following words. And I'm asking you tonight to carefully listen to these words, which is a reply to the opposition party and their surrogates, and to people who write in the Kaicho News that there's a creeping apartheid in Guyana. Mr. Lal rejected the column without informing me, so there was no column on Sunday from me. I doubt Mr. Lal would have wanted to have done that without consulting his three close associates. Mr. G.H.K. Lal, a frequent letter writer in the Kaicho News and Starbuck News, who's very close to Mr. Glenn Lal. Mr. Yog Mahadio of Article 13, and Mr. Christopher Ram. They're very, very close, I would say probably advisors. I don't know what was their role in the rejection of the column, so I don't want to get any libel. Let me read for you what could not have been published and what people should be exposed to. I'm now reading the part of the column that was rejected, and so the column was rejected. The Monday, the column was carried in the Guyana Times. I'm putting it on the screen. Rejection of creeping apartheid in Guyana, theoretical basis, by Freddie Kissoon. That's the article. Monday edition of the Guyana Times, and the Guyana Chronicle carried it. Now, I'm reading for you the part that Guyanese should be exposed to, so other people wouldn't get into your head. I'm going to go slowly and read this. And when you see Mr. G.H.K. Lal, when you see Christopher Ram, when you see Yog Mahadio, and when you see Mr. Glenn Lal on his program talking about justice, free play, accountability, please ask them what they think about these paragraphs. I'm now reading slowly. In Guyana, it is not only that apartheid does not exist, but there can be room for a provocative argument that East Indians lack sociological and state power. Therefore, they are most likely to suffer discrimination, police victimization, and social denial. In Guyana, the coercive state apparatus is 95% African-dominated. State bureaucracy and its related organs are 95% African-dominated. The education system has a predominance of African teachers, in particular Region 4, 5, 9, and 10. In Region 2, 3, and 6, there's no overwhelming number of Indian teachers. In tertiary education, the African presence is graphic. Guyana has only one state-owned university, and for the past 30 years, it has been controlled by a small, incestuous cabal that this administration is all African. The university, started by Indian Premier Chedi Jagan in 1963, has never had an Indian vice chancellor. Simply put, in its 60-year-old history, there's never been an Indian head at UG. In state medical services, there's no Indian predominance in doctors, nurses, and auxiliary staff. In the legal community, there are no alarming numbers of Indian lawyers, comparatively speaking. The Indians and Africans are just about equal in the judiciary and magistracy. In sports, Indians are not represented in basketball, hockey, and soccer. In cricket, there is a marked presence of African players. In the entertainment business, this is an area in which Africans are pronounced. This leaves us with the economy. The number of wealthy Indian entrepreneurs far outstrip their African counterparts. But this is vulgarization of academia to argue that this constitutes an apartheid system. An overwhelming presence of Indians in the investment sector cannot constitute an apartheid system. In Guyana, poverty is equally pronounced among major races. My wife and I went to 2 Muslim orphanages to make donations. None of the children were Africans. That is what Mr. Glenlal rejected. That is an argument, a sociological argument why there isn't apartheid in Guyana, because Africans are very much pronounced in Guyana. It controls the state, and it's the state that has to act against African Guyanese. Well, let's hear what Mr. Christopher Ram, the advisors of Mr. Glenlal, Mr. Ram, Yog Mahadio, and GHK Lal have to say about the right to offer a counter-narrative to the one that says there's a creeping apartheid. And let's hear what Mr. Lal has to say. Leonard Gildarie is not here, and Charrandas Persaud will be co-hosting the program. Please call in with your views and analysis on politics. Our number is 231-2982. Charan's number, when you call him on his smartphone, we will hear it. That is 707-1132. We have a call-in program this evening. So please call in. I think we have a call on the line.
4 new messages.
Oh.
4 new.
I don't know what's going on there. We have to ask our operator what's going on there.
A message was left.
Let's see what happens here.
3 new. End of 3 new.
Operator, are you hearing me? Oh, okay. Okay. So our number 231-2982. Charrandas number is 707-1132. Please call in and ask me anything you want to politically, and ask Charan. Charan, I know once you're available, this will not be the last time you're on this program. For those who are watching, I want to say, in my opinion, in my analysis, Charrandas is a national hero and is taking his place in Guyana. So last week, the Starbook News referred to him as the disgraced Charrandas Persaud. It has never referred to Lincoln Lewis like that. Anyway, we will wait for your calls. Charrandas number, please write it down, is 707-1132. I think we have a call there, Charan.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, you're on to the Freddie Kissoon Gildarie show.
Pleasant good night to you. Pleasant good night to you, gentlemen.
Good night, my friend.
Charrandas is our co-host.
Yeah, I realize that. I want to ask a question before I make my contribution. I want to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Here's my question. If someone accept a bribe, let's say someone be the police or a government official, and somebody accept a bribe, right? And as we know, bribe has been accepted in this country and many other countries throughout history. Will that person publicly, without any evidence, being shown to them,
Something's happening there.
Will that person accept that, yes, I accept a bribe? Yes, I took so much money. Yes, I took this. Yes, I took that.
Well, that's up to the individual. I don't see how we can answer that.
But I'm telling you, I'm submitting that nobody will accept bribe, police, government official, or from any other, will accept that, yes, I took that bribe. Unless some camera evidence or something prove that to catch them.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm saying that, I do not expect Mr. Charrandas Persaud to say, yes, I accept something from the government. Because I personally believe that Mr. Charrandas was paid for doing what he did. And I want to say to Mr. Charrandas, his justification that he had a concern for the people in Kanji where we grew up, for the sugar workers. I want to say to Mr. Charrandas that when he went into Parliament, he was not representing himself. He was representing the people which is the people who vote for the coalition, right? And the people in Kanji or East Kanji never vote for the coalition. If you check the numbers or you check the demographic, the Kanji people or the majority of the sugar workers did not vote for the coalition. So it's justification that he had a concern for the sugar workers. What Charrandas should have done, he should have asked the people who he is representing if they want the coalition out. If they want to get rid of the coalition. He was representing the people, not himself. So that is the reason why whatever he did,
let me
it was a Judastic move that whatever he did.
Okay. Let me are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm still on the line.
You want to take that and then
What's your name, please, my friend?
Well, you have his number.
No. You can't ever give my name on the national television.
But you were making accusation against a nationally known figure.
No, is that accusation? The vote was public in Parliament.
The what?
The vote in Parliament.
No. You were saying that you saying that you believe the man took a bribe, and you prefer to remain anonymous. You're saying this program is being watched by thousands of people, and you're saying that the man took a bribe. But I don't have the courage, and I'm a coward, so I don't want to tell you who's my name. You know, these are things that are not acceptable. But anyway, are you on the line?
Brother Freddie.
Are you on the line? Don't you think it's time you give Mr. Charrandas please give Mr. Charrandas his opportunity to reply. I think he's off the phone.
Thank you. Yes,
Look, we have an incoming call.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's off
you
the
want
phone.
you want to talk?
You know what, my friends? First of all, let me say thank you, Freddie, for allowing me to. Everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. What he's saying is that I took a bribe. He showed that I took a bribe. Again, how do you prove that? He wants me to say, yes, I took a bribe so he can be happy. Well, I don't know who he is. He refused to give me his name. I have his number. I wouldn't call him to find out who he is. These are the kind of things that we must guard against. I voted in Parliament. Oh, well, I should have consulted the people to find out if they want the AFC still. The people up to today don't even want to see the executives and the members of the AFC, the ones who are in Parliament. So that was clear. I didn't have to go to the people to ask that, and that's a very stupid thing to say, that I should have consulted the people before I voted against the government. Something is wrong with this man. I would suggest that he go out and read some books and perhaps educate himself a little.
No, but But the other stupid dimension of it, he's saying you could only know if somebody take a bribe if they admit.
Mhm.
But
And he's
by
sure
some
it happened.
strange psychic contortion, he knows you took a bribe.
Yes.
But Charan, look, these are the things. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh, we have another call coming in.
Hello? There's an incoming call. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing okay. We're fine, actually.
Good, beautiful. I would like to congratulate Mr. Freddie, Mr. Gildarie, and now we have you, Mr. Charrandas Persaud, on the program. Now, I have a few issues. The caller that called before,
Mhm.
he doesn't make much sense. So just don't dwell on him too much.
What's
He
that?
just tried to make something that's not there. Okay.
Thank you, my
Okay.
friend.
Yes, Mr. Freddie.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm listening, sir.
Now, I would like to make my contribution towards these projects, these road projects going on in Guyana.
All right.
The thing is, they build a road today, tomorrow, they have a pothole.
Mhm.
That is a very serious issue going on in Guyana. We need to get this right, especially the infrastructure in Guyana. We must get this right. We have to. I was there in Guyana a few weeks ago, and the Cheryl Street, as soon as you come out from the back road, I think, there's a hole right there, heading for the back road into Cheryl Street. There's a hole right there. That road was recently there. That's a major road. We must have some kind of system where these contractors are held
Quality
accountable.
control.
We must have that. There is
Yeah.
something that we must do. We're moving forward. But you know what? When we take one step forward, we go 5 steps back. Why are you going to keep building a road every week and the next week it's going to be no use? You know, we must have something done about this.
We agree.
You know, this is something that, you know, Mr. Freddie and Mr. Gildarie can put out on the platform. These guys have a say that, you know, these guys have a huge following. People can understand what's going on.
We agree, my friend. Let me suggest something. Let me tell you something that perhaps I don't know if Guyanese generally know this. There's a road being built from Ogle Airport to Mocha right now. It's about 7-8 kilometers or so by an Indian team called the Ashoka Bilkon Company from India. The reason the Ashoka Bilkon Company has that contract is the part of the road is financed by the Exim Bank in India. And one of the conditions of financing this road project is that it has to be an Indian company. But I'll tell you something about the Exim Bank and road projects. They have a group called the Rights Group, RITES, and you can punch it up. You will find all the details you need on the Rights Group. These are the people who supervise road construction. So I can guarantee you that the road from Ogle to Mocha will not have what you're saying now. And that is simply because the Rights Group have 3 people in the country, foot by foot, side by side with the road construction company, ensuring that the work is done properly. And I don't know that the other road contractors, the one who built the Sherry Street, the East Coast Road up to Buxton there, if that was a part of a program, if quality control was looked at. So therein lies the problem.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, good. One more thing before I go. I know I don't want to take up too much time. You guys have a lot of say, whether you like it or not. You guys have a lot of say in what's going on there. Put forward on your platform, you know, for infrastructure to be done properly. When it's done, it must take, you know, 20 years. For example,
Guaranteed.
when PUP got into power in 1992, and they did the Essequibo Road, that road was done by Paranapanema from Brazil. All right, Essequibo Coast, that's the coast. The road was done by Paranapanema from Brazil. That road held until farmers and whoever started to put a combine on the road and they started damaging the road. But that road held until now. It's almost good. It's probably going to get bad now because the farmers, they use the combine on the road, whatever. But that was a good company, Paranapanema, and then I think
All right.
Ram Brothers.
I hear
Okay.
you, my friend, but
Okay.
that's something that, you know.
Let's take this call.
Yeah. we can look at what government will do
Hello?
in the future.
Hello? Hello? There's something wrong. Can
There's a
one
line.
of our operators step in here? Yes, let's take that call here.
There's a foreign call. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, hi. All right. First of all, I would like to greet Mr. Charrandas Persaud in the most humblest way by saying Ram Ram Sita Ram. Om
Sitaram, my
Shanti.
friend, and thank you very much.
And I would like to tell you, sir, that you have saved Guyana when you voted in that no confidence motion.
Thank you very
And
much.
when the fiasco would have taken place in India, I had your back. And I still have your back.
I appreciate
And
that.
you
Thank
will
you.
continue to be my hero. As a matter of fact, I've spoken to Freddie once on his program, and
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah? Yeah, we're hearing you. What happened? We got lost there? We got lost there.
Oh, man, sorry about that. It's a foreign call.
Yeah.
Are you here still?
yes. Yeah, I'm calling from New York, Sharon.
Yeah, I know. I can see the number. We're getting a poor reception sometimes here, though. Go ahead. I'm hearing you, and
Yeah.
thank you again.
Yeah, and what can I say? If I can reach you right now, sir, I'll give you the biggest hug, and I'll give your family the biggest hug.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I really do, I really do. Thank you very much. It's heartening.
And
Well-
again, Ram Ram Sita Ram Hari Om Shanti.
Thank you, my brother. Sitaram.
Another caller?
Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Or we are good, I should say.
Mr. Charan,
Yes.
I want to congratulate you, brother,
Thank you, my friend.
for the good things you have, for what you have done for the government and for the people of Guyana.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very
There's
much.
something I would like to ask the panel.
Mhm.
Tune on your volume, sir. We're getting a
Hold on,
feedback.
volume? Okay, thank you. Sir,
Yes.
there's a lot of infrastructure going on in the country right now, right?
Yes.
But the main road that bring in the sand and the timber and all the big trucks who are passed from the road to bring it in from the interior to the town. That road need to be fixed, sir.
Yes.
That is the main road. We're coming down from the interior, bringing down the sand. That road is the first road supposed to be built.
All right. We hear you, and I'm sure those listening to the program are hearing you, but it's a concern that should be addressed, and I appreciate that.
That road is one of the most important roads in this country.
Yes.
One
All
of the most important roads need to be rectified as soon as possible.
All right. We hear you. Thanks for that suggestion, buddy.
We have so much of activity going on in the country where construction is taking place all over the country. And we as Guyanese depend on that road for the people who come with the planes, people who come from the interior, who are bringing down the load, the timber, and all these things will come through that road.
Yeah.
I feel that road is the first road supposed to build before all the construction take place with this administration. Thank you very much.
All right, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, this is Nip It in the Bud from West Coast Barbies.
All right. Nip it in the bud.
Let's see this call here. Hello?
Freddie, good night.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, Mr. Charrandas. All right. There was a bill that was passed in Parliament a few months ago, the alcohol bill, which Mr. Nandalal presented, where they can fine the shop owner not reporting for sole drinking and driving and everything. Has that bill been made law?
Yes, it's into law now. You could be charged for manslaughter. I think it's a higher charge than death by dangerous driving.
But
Yeah,
you're sure that it's law now?
It is.
it is law. Sharon is a lawyer, and they would have been. That's their thing. But from what I know, It's law. Yes, it has been passed in Parliament, so it's a law. It has to be signed by the president, and I think he would have signed it. So, if you kill someone on the road, you can be charged with manslaughter.
But
Yes,
tell me something.
yes, it's a law, sir.
But tell me something. Only until the president signs it, then it's become law.
Yeah, only when the president signs it becomes law.
And you're sure that the president signed it already?
Yeah, I'm sure it's into law. Okay, right?
All right, good.
Okay, Charan, there's a call for you there.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello?
Yes, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Gildarie show.
Yeah, a little contribution, right?
Mhm.
Concerning
Tune on your volume a bit, right?
good. Concerning the old age pension, right? Me satisfied with a $5,000 increase, right? To my mind, I have a pension, right? To my mind, they should give old age people at least $50,000 per month as per now. I know wait till the next 2 years, you step up 5,000 and then 10,000. Remember, we as pensioners contribute to this country optimum
Over the years, I agree.
over the years.
Mhm.
And for say like, you wait or 5 years ago, or next year move from your 10,000 or next 5, you should have one time give pensioner at least $50,000 per month.
Well,
I don't know if you agree with me.
I definitely agree with pensioners should get more, and the public assistant was 14 to 16. I've said 3 times in this program that it should. But if the caller, you finish? I want to make up. You finished, sir?
All right, 1 second.
Yeah.
For me, to wait till next 2 years, for increase the amount of money, that is unfair.
Well, I hope next year budget it's increased, and I support the budget. I endorse the budget. I like the budget, but there are things those 2 things I think needed to be landscaped. The old age pension, but most of all the public assistance. It moved from 14 to 16, Sharon.
No, really.
Yeah, but you send to the budget, right? It's fine. But to my mind,
All right.
before some infrastructure should have stepped back and just give the pension a little money, because I don't know how long you're going to live, Freddie.
All right, good.
Yeah.
We
Good.
hear
I
you,
will
my
take
friend,
your
and
point.
I'm sure that there are government officials listening to this program, but we'll see. I think it's something of concern also that they're looking at. However, we have to see some concrete proof of that coming out, and the people are being properly taken care of. It'll take some time to have adequate treatment, but it's happening. I can tell you it's happening.
We really
Okay. Okay.
disappointed about it.
Okay, let's.
Really.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Freddie and Charles.
Good evening, my friend.
Good evening. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to make a contribution regarding old age pension. Are they going to increase that more? Because a lot of these people are people who are in their 60s and over, are the people who really went through a lot of struggles in Guyana, and they wouldn't be around to live to inherit some of this wealth. So maybe they should be given an increase now, because the younger generation will be benefiting more from this sort of thing
He has a good
and the
point.
development in the country.
Okay.
And I think old people should get more. Another thing regarding other callers calling about supervision of road works and stuff like that. I notice there's a lot of roads and building other than other infrastructure. But you mentioned about Essequibo Road. That road had a good supervision team that oversee the supervision work that a consultant, American consultant, headed by Edward Gonzalez. And he was a man of integrity, and that's why you could get that kind of quality on that road, and it's still standing there up to today. So, regard all these road work, is there any supervision team in the country, or each individual projects have teams like supervising the quality controls and stuff like that? What's happening with that?
Okay.
With all the
All right.
development happening in the country, is there a supervision team looking out for all these projects and the quality control? Do they have the necessary thing to do the testing and
All right.
the
Right.
management of all these things?
Okay. Thanks for calling, man. Let's see who else is on the line. Charrandas is our guest, not our guest. He's the co-host. This won't be the first. It won't be the last. 707-1132 is Charrandas' number. Let's see what this caller has to say.
Go ahead.
Good evening. You're on to. Hello? Yes, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Gildarie show. We lost that call. Yeah.
Hello, good evening.
You gotta raise your volume. Yeah.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, my friend.
How are you doing?
We're good, we're good.
Good. The more you give these Guyanese more money, the more they want. All they want and want and want. And they want good development, and they want more money. As soon as you give them a little dollar, they want more. That's my contribution.
All right.
All
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you, buddy. Thank
Let's
you
see
very
here.
much.
Hello? Hello? You have anything there, Charles?
Hello, good evening.
Hey, good evening. You cut me off. I wasn't finished.
Oh, sorry, man.
Well, quickly, we got calls coming in. You were talking about the supervision of the roads.
Yeah. So they
But-
need to get a proper.
Well, you got to be quick. Hello? We lost that. We lost it.
My friend, we hear you, and like we're losing you here again.
But Chava, what I wanted to say, if there's no other caller coming in, there is a call.
Hello, good evening.
Points here. First of all, I would like to say that there's at least Mr. Kissoon was talking about with one of the callers just now concerning some people that is drinking and killing people on the road. I have a rum shop at El Daily Advancement, Ricky Lombard, and you have Indian men that go in there every day and drinking for hours.
Mm-hmm.
The police is not doing nothing. We call the Beatty police station and for the police don't do nothing. So the police is a piece of waste of time. You see at Boxer today what they were doing. They were standing watching what the black people were doing. They were burning and destroying places. And these people, police, who they want the government to give them more money to do what? To do more nonsense and take more bribes. That's what they're doing. They're not doing nothing interest for the government. And these people don't recognize that. The people don't recognize that these people are a piece of shit. They're wasting
No,
time.
be careful. You
Because-
can't use those. No. Don't use those words to describe. You're using that word to describe the
Because-
police. So,
Because that is what they're doing.
So-
Look at the-
so if you
and-
use that language, you have to respect. Institutions. You could criticize them, but you got to be careful with the language you use.
I called the police umpteen times. The men and
All right,
women
well, go ahead
the
and make your intellectual criticism that the police is
Okay.
recalcitrant, the police is misbehaving, but keep it civil, man. Keep it civil.
The police are doing nothing. I call them at TV. They come there, we pick up. They try to pick up all over. They come at the wash bay and we'll get free washing. They don't
My
pay
friend,
to
let me
wash.
interrupt you to tell you something very quickly. In Canada, for example, if you have a reception, you rent a hall, you have to have people who are trained to serve alcohol before you can have a license to perform, to do your function. What
Yes,
happens?
but this
Hold on, let me
Sorry,
tell you this
sir.
quickly. What happens at that function is if you now, as a trained bartender, you serve drinks to, and I come back and I ask for another drink and I look like I'm high, you are supposed to tell me, Charrandas, you had enough. I can't give you another drink. Now I can go to Freddie and let Freddie bring it to the table and give it to me. But you are clear because the law will condemn you for giving me rum, knowing and seeing that I was at that stage where you ought to have told me that I am too drunk.
I agree with you there.
And that is what is happening now in Guyana with the law that has been introduced, the alcohol bill, to have people in the, let's just say rum shop owners, to be more responsible in serving alcohol. That is what this thing is about. It's not about penalizing bar owners, you know.
Mr. Charrandas, listen
Yes.
to me.
Mm.
This has been going on for years at Gildarie Railway Management. At Ricky Rumbar, and the owner for the shop just only wants to get money, what they can get, what they can sell. They're not concerned about who drink and how long you
No,
drink.
but that is why, my friend, the law will take care of people like them. You have to sell and serve in a responsible manner. Very cautious about the people you're giving it to.
Mr. Chairman, here is the thing.
It'll take a while to adjust to, you know.
If I call the police and say these people are drinking rum for hours there, they don't come. I have recording there that's showing that these people are drinking for hours there.
The BV police can't stop them from drinking, you know. The law is there to serve to bar owners or rum shop owners, if you want to call them that. They have to stop serving the liquor to people who have been drinking consistently.
That is what they're not doing. That's what they because they want.
Well, that is why now, with the law, I'm sure you understand it, with the new law now, they can be charged.
I hope that hey, listen to me. If I told the police that how come there they can be looking wrong and see that well these people like spend a couple hours or later.
No, but understand that it's not a police matter until they misbehave. Not for drinking plenty rum. It's not a police matter.
If you have traffic police there, traffic police will stop them and charge them for drinking.
No, but if they go to drive now, then that's a traffic offense. So those are things, you know.
That's what they're doing. That's
All
what
right, sir.
Drinking for
I hear you.
All right, sir. I think you made your contribution.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
If you're looking at us, it's a calling program, co-hosting the show with me this evening, and it wouldn't be the last time, I can assure you, is prominent political personality, and for me, a Guyanese hero, undoubtedly, Charrandas Persaud. We are taking calls from our number 231-2982.
And from my number. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Gildarie Show. Hello.
Mr. Charrandas,
Yes.
welcome back to Guyana.
Thank you, my friend.
And with the man with the NIS and the police pension, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember, the police pension already paid them money to get a police pension. But
All
the
right.
government to see their people get a pension, they pay them money already. That the government supposed to get have that fellow talked before to get a $50,000. I don't agree with $50,000, but they're supposed to increase their money.
All right. Now that's yeah.
Already paid the money. Their NIS was paid. They paid the NIS contribution. Right? So the police pension that they serve that pension now, so they for the pension. You know, Mr. Charrandas, there's a contribution with previous government with you, and there's a lot of things.
All
so
right.
we got to see the police pension got to get their money.
I hear you, and I agree that they should get some more money, but I'm sure it'll take some time, and I'm also sure that the government is looking at that.
But you remember they paid the NIS. The NIS is covered for them.
Yes.
You agree? They make the 750 contribution. They work more than 750 in the top down next 1,500 contribution, 1,800 contribution. So the police pension deserve it.
Yeah, but
All right.
Yeah, NIS is different from old age, you know.
Yeah, but still, it's still covered.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you. All right.
I don't understand your point, sir, but we got to go. You're saying you disagree with the man who said 50,000 for old age pension?
No, he may say too much or whatever, but still.
What is your point? You you disagree with what?
Maybe that's the whole expression, something better than that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Thanks. 707-1132 Charrandas number is our co-host. Let's talk politics. Let's talk about social issues. Calling, we're getting a call from Canada on Charan's number. Our number is 231-2982. Charan is 707-1132. You have a number there, Charan?
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Gildarie Show.
Good evening, sir. I'll direct this question to Mr. Freddie.
All right.
Yes, sir.
My problem is, I would like to have Mr. Freddie explain what's the utilities that was considered utilities at UG, and why one does enroll for online classes has to pay utility fees. Thank you. Good night.
Right. Well, let's see.
I'm not laughing at you, my friend.
Hello?
It's a good question, though.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Charrandas, the famous Charrandas Persaud, is our co-host. And he will be co-hosting, I'm sure, quickly, yeah?
Yes. So can I ask you something?
Yeah, you can ask me anything, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Freddie. I have a very sickening question that's been lingering a long time. You know this income tax system in this country, right?
If I know what?
No, the
Income
income
tax
tax
system.
system I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rich people don't pay tax in this country anyway, yeah.
Every year around this time or a little after or a little later, they insist that you do your
PAYE.
your tax returns, right?
Yeah.
They insist that you fill up your income tax returns and take it back to GRA and these kind of things. Okay?
Yeah.
And my point is that you would have fulfilled all those obligations. Okay?
Yeah.
There is a looming penalty if you do not information on time. If you're late,
Yeah, there's a penalty, yeah.
penalty. But this is it. You take your PAYE and everything into an accountant, and he do the computation, and it comes up with the fact that you have extra paid. You have paid extra. You have paid more than you're supposed to pay. Isn't that supposed to be reimbursed by GRA?
Yeah,
definitely.
of course.
Do you know if this is a procedure that it follows? Because look, this happens over and over. Persons are taking in. I personally had the experience, and until now, I am in excess of over $100 and something $1,000.
The GRA owe you that?
Of course,
No, man, they have to pay you, man.
of course. And I called, and it's a royal runaround, and you're hearing, oh, they have to go back to the finance department, and they have to
Oh, my man.
pass a fresh budget for that and all kind of things.
No, man, they owe you, they have to pay you.
If you can have Mr. Stacia on the air one of these days and let him explain to the station
Well,
what
Mr.
is
Stacia,
happening with these money, because I know even overseas, when you would have fulfilled the obligation of doing your income tax return,
You'll get a refund if there is,
it's
yeah.
enough to go and purchase a car or pay down on a house.
no,
It takes all.
I can't, I know the U.S., I have relatives in the U.S., they owe you, look, there are some things that are simply mysterious, inexplicable, enigmatic in this country. I think if you owed over $100,000 by the GRA, they have to do the decent thing, they have to do the professional thing, and send a check to your home.
Exactly.
Look.
Well, Freddie, what I am speaking about, I don't want to tell you my line of profession and so on the air, but I'm telling you that what I'm talking about that is owed to me is peanuts. I have friends who owed hundreds of thousands.
So on, so.
Anyway, thanks for calling. Right, thanks for calling. Let's take this call from Toronto. Thanks.
Hello, good evening. You're on the Freddie Gildarie Show. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Hi, you could hear me. Good night. Good
Yes, continue. We're hearing you. Hello? Hello? Let's take this call because
She's on the line still. Hello, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
yeah, we're
hearing you
hearing
now.
you. Continue. Madam,
She's probably got a bad
look,
reception.
look. Just take that off. Hello. Good evening.
No, good evening. This is the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
Yes, our co-host, the person who's taking your questions this evening along with me,
Okay, Mr. Freddie.
is Charrandas Persaud.
Yes. Please see Mr. Chandas.
Yes, you're looking at him on your screen there.
Okay.
The famous
Hello,
Charrandas.
Mr. Freddie. My point tonight is that where are we going in this Boston problem today? Can you give me a light, please?
Well, the police went in there to hold a drug man, and the villager,
Yes,
a tiny
yes.
section of the village, and you have to expect that thing. The police had it under control. The police currently have it under control, and Guyanese are commuting on the railway embankment and the old highway. So that's it. The police have it under control. You have to expect these things. Anyway, thanks.
Here, Mr. Freddie. I'm living on the East Bank, and I'm very glad because it has been very, very serious on the East Coast and West Coast the
Anyway.
past year.
All right. Thanks for calling.
I would like to.
Let's take this other call.
Hello.
Okay, bye.
Hello, good evening. You're on the Freddie Gildarie show.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night. Sir, I would like to ask a question.
Go ahead now.
And I've seen something very strange is happening recently in this country. A guy get caught with ganja today,
Uh-huh.
and these men is burning people's vehicles on the road and blocking the road. I see that the opposition is one of the weakest opposition from colonial time to now.
Mm.
I've never seen such a weak opposition. Can they come out and say something that this is wrong? You know? What is really going on with our country? A man who is fetching drugs and people of a community in Buxton burning down the road and burning people's vehicles and this. Is that not nice thing going on in our country?
All
How
right.
can we defy something like this?
Okay. Charrandas is a lawyer.
Yes, I know.
So maybe he can have his take. I just give my take.
I would like to hear what he have to say.
My friend, I will tell you, I don't care what may be happening. It is wrong to be burning roads that are used by the public. It is wrong to be attacking innocent people because these are people, and the word innocent operates holds here.
Yes.
These are people who have done nothing to you. Whatever might have transpired between the police and the individual or individuals has nothing to do with those of us who use the road. And that I will never, ever support or condone. But I cannot tell you that the opposition will come out and say that is wrong, or because honestly, I don't know the details or the facts of what transpired earlier today. And
But
so,
this is not the first case. The one at the market at Monrepo.
Monrepo
the
market.
opposition never come out and say it is wrong.
Now I agree. And if I'll give you one example. If at the market, for example, you had a licensed firearm and somebody come to attack you on your stall and you shoot them, then you're going to be the one in trouble. And that is something that needs to be looked at. The police were slow to respond from what I heard. But again,
Yes.
you know, while it may be wrong, people are suffering for it. We hope that these situations do not reoccur. But what is in place to stop them from reoccurring is yet to be decided.
Sir, there's the next question I'd like to ask very fast because I know there's a lot of people want to call into the program. Are you taking up back your profession as a lawyer?
I am not sure that I want to go that route again, my friend. I think old age and retirement are looming heavily over my head. And I would like to, I'll still assist if I can. I might do some consulting work work for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, perhaps. But if there are people outside here who need some legal help and I'm available, I'm sure I can do that. And it'll be pro bono. I'm not going to get into the profession to make money or to earn again.
I need some legal advice.
All right? Call me. You have my cell phone number. After this program, we can talk. All right?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, my friend.
Is there any other call? There's one here.
Not here. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. I'm calling to, I really have been observing what is going on in Parliament concerning this debate with the budget. Now, if the government has majority seats and the opposition doesn't have a say, and we know that these budget, money going to be passed, right?
Yes.
Now, why are they having a budget debate, wasting millions of dollars in the people, the taxpayers' money, feeding them and sitting down there? Why not use a lot of time when they have sessions with Parliament to discuss how much money is spent and how much is what? This is really disgusting. The poor man sitting down out there and these politicians enjoying the good life in Parliament. They throw back and they enjoying every good thing. What is time the law? I don't know. Can the law be changed for things like these type of stuff?
Let me take a shot at this. I'll tell you, what happens in Parliament is because you have an opposition, you don't want them to be left out of the budget debate. And we call it a debate because you would have your opinion. Now, the budget is presented. What is happening this week is what you call the estimates. People on the opposition will question the spending. For example, let's just say infrastructure, which is construction, roads, and all these things, had let's just say 2 billion last year, and it goes up to 3 billion this year. They may not be quite clear on why this increase is happening, why it has moved from 2 billion to 3 billion. And so they will question that based on the estimates that they look at. And therefore, answers will be given. And the answers will benefit not just parliamentarians, people who are listening. And sometimes you yourself may want to know, well, what are we going to do with 3 billion in infrastructure? We have all the roads being built and we have all the buildings we need and all the wells we need. So you would like to have an answer to that question. And that is what they estimate about. It's not that they're wasting time. They give the opposition a chance to question what is going on and justify what they're doing. That is what it's about. So I don't think it's wasting time. Honestly, it's necessary.
Okay, I got your point, what you're trying to say, but this is the time, this is the era when we have technology at our hand. Why not make these the information available online on a website that even the people, the ordinary citizens, can go there and get it? Both the government and opposition sit down, they sign their ways, they got to be paid for all of this, they got to be eating millions of dollars in food, where that could build a poor man's house, and then they discuss it. They have no, we have parliament sessions
All
on a
right.
regular basis.
We hear you. We hear you.
And discuss their grievances.
All right.
Why this long session and nothing
All right.
comes out of it?
Thanks. Thanks for the
we already
contribution.
understand.
Okay.
This has been going on over and over from birth to death.
All right.
Generation to generation. We're not going nowhere with
Yeah,
it.
you made your point.
And the law changes.
You made your point.
We
Thanks
hear
a
you.
lot.
We hear you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming, Tune. Next time, please phone us. Right? Thanks a lot. Sharon, your phone is ringing non-stop. For the first time on this program, you came in
Yeah,
and...
Freddie. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Gildarie Show. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
We're hearing you.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, we're hearing you. Speak to us. Speak to Charan.
Okay, Mr. Charrandas.
How are you, my
Yeah.
friend?
Can you hear me?
We are hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, Charan, we're only in minus 30 here tonight in Canada.
I'm enjoying Guyana.
Right, so we're making popsicles. Anyway, a little touch up. I mean that they're talking about the old age pension, but people fail to realize that add the old age pension with
You have to tune on your volume. We're getting a feedback and not hearing you properly.
Yeah.
Tune it down, tune it
Yeah.
down.
Anyway, yeah, I did that. Anyway, the old age pension, add water subsidy to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Are you still with us, my friend? Hey, man, like the miners they call you down.
I think it probably froze the phone. But Charan, what if there's...
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Kissoon
Good evening, sir.
Gildarie show.
I just want to finalize something from you, sir.
Yes.
Being that you was a liar and you has hold many portfolios before and and so on. The government of the day, from since in the 60s to now, we have never seen such a transformation happening in our country like this. I recently read in one of the YouTube channel, and listening recently some night, that the opposition is asking for each household for $1 million every year.
Mm-hmm.
What is going to become of this nation if we give $1 million to each household every year, or even to 1 year? What will be the consequence of this $1 million? What are we asking for? Have you not seen that the government is opening new lands, new roads for new opportunities? I don't know what is going on with these people.
My friend, I think they need to look at Trinidad. Having had oil for over 100 years, Trinidad is now struggling.
Yeah.
Trinidad is because they did not use the oil money to create or to get into manufacturing and other areas that can survive oil. We need to learn from countries like Singapore, and if you want to talk an oil country, well, not a country, somewhere part of the UAE, Dubai. Dubai was 60 years ago was rocks and sand. Today,
yes, I knew that.
Dubai is the most expensive. Well, call it a city if you want. It's not a country, but it's one of the Emirates in the 7 Emirates of the United Arab Emirates.
Yes,
But Dubai's GDP is only 7% of oil, my friend. I don't know how many people know that. They don't depend on oil anymore. So we need to get there. So we're hoping. But I'll give you one quick example, and then we'll take another call. With those of us who live outside, you send $100 to your relative in Guyana in the good days, they stop working,
Yes.
So if the government's going to give you $1 million a year, you're not going to go to work. One of the problems we have now in Ghana, acute shortage of manpower, laborers, because they're not working. They don't want to come out to work.
No, there's a lot of comment out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That construction is going on, the oil company bringing in their own people. I think the government should bring people and restructure this country properly.
All right,
that is because they don't want to work.
We hear you, and I agree with that too.
They don't want to work.
Hey, have a good one, my friend. Take care, all right? And thanks for calling in. I don't know how to take these calls when the thing is sliding like that. Okay, another one. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Gildarie show. Hello. Oh, we hang up.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, try this.
Good evening. Good evening. Charrandas Persaud is co-hosting the program with me. My friend Leonard Gildarie couldn't make it this evening. What do you want to say to Charan?
Hello?
You have to tune down your TV or your phone.
I'm trying to.
Hello, sir?
I'm talking. Charan is the greatest ever happening Guyana.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
I like kite.
Well, Charan, I think does my operator want to say something to me?
Let's take this one more call. It's all right.
We go until 10 with calling program searching.
Hello, good evening.
Charan, I'm calling back again. I want to touch on that previous caller who spoke about the the laziness after we have would have gotten oil wealth and stuff like. It's so dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. That I'm glad that you would have touched on Trinidad and so many other countries. Oh my God. Please, Guyanese, I'm begging you. I am begging you. I live in the US. I shouldn't really give a damn about Guyana, but my heart and soul is in Guyana, and Freddie knows that. please, do not get lazy. Do not get lazy. Don't make the oil well fool you. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Okay. You have anything coming there? There's one here.
No, take that.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, not ready.
Well, Sharon, we with calling programs.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Gildarie show. Can you tone your volume down a bit?
Mr. Kissoon and Mr. Charrandas.
Yes. Good evening,
I have one
sir.
question.
Fire away.
Since the budget has been given, I see that there's 500 million is being allocated to the Ministry of Education, and within the Ministry of Youth Sport.
Let's take this.
Hello, you're there?
Call. Let's take this.
There's a call coming.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, good night.
Good evening.
Is Charrandas show?
Yes. Sharon is right there.
You hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
I'm on here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking.
Wait.
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
And within the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, the budget has put aside 5.8.
Okay.
We have to yeah.
This don't seem too right for me, and it's confusing me a bit. Thank you very much.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
Okay, if we don't have any call, if my operator is hearing this, we do call-in programs. We do an extra half an hour for the call-in programs. So it's 8:30 to 10. Let's take this call. Hello?
Good evening. Salaam alaikum. Namaste. To both of you there tonight. I have something quick to sing. Charrandas chale aage aage, Vita going behind. So, why I call you, comrade?
What that translate that for me. Chara knows Hindi. I grew up in Hindu culture.
Charan is walking ahead and Peter, they're absolute going behind. Yeah, you can do the rest. I wish to remind my good Barbician comrade there that on the 13th of March, 2023, will be the 110th anniversary of the Rose Hall Estate Martyrs, which he was involved in since 2013.
Yes.
From the very first. So since you're back, I hope you'll get involved in this year's commemoration. So we start planning today, actually.
All right. You have my number. Don't leave me out.
No, yeah, definitely, because you command kanji there, so we gotta get out all the school children.
All right, good. He's getting a call on his phone there. Thanks for coming through.
All right, thanks. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Gildarie show.
Good night, Mr. Freddie and Mr. Charrandas. Good night.
Good night. Go ahead, we're listening. We're hearing you.
Mr. Charrandas, I want to give you a big hug.
Well, thank you.
A big hug. And I support you and I applaud you for what you've done for the country.
Thank you very much.
I have one. You're quite welcome. I hope you find something there that you with your experience you could use, because you're very knowledgeable and you're a son of the soil. All right?
Thank you.
I'm calling from Canada. I have not been back to Guyana for 45 years.
Oh, wow. You'll be surprised when you come.
I could see that. And you know what? I want my fellow Guyanese to know we're abroad. I'm a pensioner. We don't get pensioned 40,000 or 50,000. They're getting money, and they're going to get there slowly and surely. The government of today is doing their best. They're only there 2.5 years, and look what they've done for the people.
All right.
So
that's a good message to send to Guyanese.
You know what it is like overseas.
Yes,
we work our butt out, and the place is freezing, and you're trembling. We got away from Guyana from the 60s.
Yes.
So Guyana is getting better. They have to work together, and things are looking up. Look what they're doing for the kids. I remember we used to have to walk bare feet to school.
Yes,
You
I
didn't
went
have
to
enough
school.
even food.
I went to
They're
school
getting
barefoot.
money today for the rent. So
Yes.
they have to have patience with the government of today.
Well, thank you for your contribution, my dear, and I hope to see you in Guyana sometime before you reach 50 years being away, all right?
I am planning to come back. I am planning to come back for a visit. And thank you guys for the job you're doing there. Well done.
Well, keep Charon's cell number. When you come back, you have to call him. His cell is, you have his cell, 707.
I will.
Great. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
You have anything coming on there?
No, not now.
Hi. Welcome to the Freddie Kissoon Gildarie show, or the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show. Our guest this evening is not a guest. He'll be co-hosting the program. We have to put Charan back into the focus in this country. He contributed too much to people like Starbuck News to be calling him all kinds of names. You know, the thing about people is that you judge from these calls and they don't find Charan to be a disgraceful man. You know, you read the newspapers, you read letters in the press, and you think they speak for the Guyanese people. All the calls this evening have been very positive about this man. Anyway, I talk too much. Continue, sir. Hello?
Good night, sir.
Yeah.
Good night, good night. Good night, guys.
Good night, my friend.
This is Buckery from Betsy Ground to my village guy, Mr. Charrandas Persaud.
Yeah, your
good.
fellow
All right.
Barbician calling Charan.
My
Good.
Barbician, my village guy, he do one of the best for we country.
Thank you,
Bring
man.
back we country to the betterment.
Thank you. Thank you very much, buddy. Have
All
a
right,
good one, all right?
that's it?
You
Yeah.
know your brother who is.
All right, thanks, man. Let's take this call
Why
from
don't you
Charan's
keep up
phone.
the good work keep
Okay.
up the good work you do it.
Okay, thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right.
You have anything there,
No,
Charan?
no, no. That was Robin
Oh.
calling. I told him 9 o'clock.
Hello?
9:30.
Hello?
Yeah,
I'm
good
sorry to
evening,
tell you we go to 10 in
That's
calling
all right.
program.
Um,
Yeah.
This budget, with all that it has, the biggest budget in the history of Guyana, and so on, which is very good. And all the development that is occurring in Guyana is tremendous, and government needs to be commended. What I would like to know, how does all of this, and all the oil money that is coming in, all the new jobs, all the investments and so on, how does it translate to the peace of mind and the development of the human being, the Guyanese, ordinary Guyanese? Meaning, in terms of equal justice, equal opportunities, and so on. How do you guys think it translates?
That's it?
Yeah, because, when you look at certain things, you look at a simple thing as tint on a vehicle in Guyana.
Look at what?
Or a simple thing as a tint on a vehicle.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The ordinary Guyanese traveling on the road have a tint, a light tint. And they have been stopped, harassed, charged, whatever it is. All the government vehicles, 90% of the
Are
member
tinted dark.
they're very, very dark. The system in itself is rigged for that. Because those in office, those in power, those with connection, have the connections to get the permit. Right?
All right.
That in itself is a biasness towards the majority of Guyanese.
My friend, let me interrupt you quickly to tell you something. For them to tell you that the tint is too dark by looking at your car, no police has that kind of eyes. None in the world or in this Guyana. And so when they stop you and tell you to remove the tint, close your car and ask the police to wait until you're ready. Because they cannot tell you that the tint is too dark. They have to get
machine.
They have to have a machine to test the tint. And I will speak to the commissioner of police about this. My nephew or grandnephew in Kanji had to remove his tint because he was afraid. I told him, and I'm telling you this, no police can tell you your tint is too dark and make you remove it. You will not remove your tint. Tell the police to have a tester, and if they do that and show you that it is over the 65% darkness that you have to have, then fine. But if they do not test it, their eyes cannot tell you that. Refuse, refuse, refuse. I like it in threes. To remove your tint from your car. Now,
I realize you like it in trees. But
No.
you see, it's easy for us to say that, for you to say that, and I to say that. When you do that, one of the first things now, you're ending up
But then, so you want to remove the tint to please. You want to remove.
We move forward
No, but you can't say that, sir. You have to uphold your rights.
My friend, you are correct. You don't have to. I'm saying this again. You don't. A policeman cannot look at your car, black as it may be, with the glass and everything, and tell you your tint is too dark. It has to be tested. And when they tell you to remove it, they're expecting that you're going to do something else other than remove the tint, and they will let you go. Let it stand out and forget where you have to go unless you're catching a plane.
All right, good. Thanks, man.
Sweat them out.
Good job.
Sweat them out. Leave your car ready. If it's all night, leave it and they can't touch your car. Have your phone ready and film everything that's happening. Police must respect the people. All right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
good.
Okay.
And if they charge you, I'll defend you. Free.
Any call from you?
No.
Okay. So we do a half an hour extra when it's calling program, so we give people a time to air their views. If you just join us at the last minute, our co-host is Charrandas Persaud, and it's important to point out something. When you read a newspaper editorial about what people say, it doesn't mean they speak for the people. Here's another call, Sharon.
We'll take this call. Oh, where is it? Hello, good evening. You're welcome to the Freddie Gildarie show. Hello?
Hey, Sharon.
Yes.
Yeah, continue,
Sharon,
sir.
how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
My buddy.
All right. I'm hearing you. Go ahead now.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we're hearing you. Hello?
I can see you on Freddie there.
Yes.
Yeah, continue. Make a contribution.
Remember Royal York?
Royal York.
Trump? You know Michelle?
You're taking me back to memories that I might have lost on the way, man. Talk to me now.
Hey, bye. Ashram.
So, could you make a contribution, please?
Go ahead. Now, listen, we're low on time here, so let me hear you quickly now, please.
I know. Yes, right.
So, could you make your point,
Here.
please?
You have my number. I know you have my number. Call me now. We can talk about that another time, right?
We have anything?
Somebody who knows me from back when. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing else.
Yeah. Well, as I said before, Chow, and I hope we can have you back here again.
Yes, I will. Be back.
Quite often to let people speak to you, call in, let them ask you questions about your politics, your history. I mean, let's take this call. Good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show. Co-hosting the program now and many times to come will be Charrandas Persaud. Would you like to say anything to Charan?
Yes. Good. Yeah.
Good evening. How are you?
Come on, sir. Make a contribution.
Welcome to Mr. Charrandas Persaud on the program.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I've been looking at this, and I think he's a fine person to be on your program.
Thank you, my
I'm
friend.
looking at you right now. I want to say, I noticed a lot of people talking about the old age pension. There is a difference between the NIS that the people need to understand.
Yes.
NIS is a contributory pension. Then old age pension is a gift from the government. It's a gift. You are not really entitled to an old age pension, but the government has said they'll give you something. Now people are demanding what the government cannot be able to afford. There is also a third pension plan when you work. You can join Booker pension or government pension, so you get 3 pensions. You don't only get that old age pension. You have 3 things to live on. Further to that, when you are working, you're supposed to save. So there's people that are gunning for more money. I object to those people talking like if government is starving them. I have one other point to raise. I had read an article some years ago about a country gaining 400,000 pounds when they got independence. And you know, Freddie, what they did with that money? They spent it celebrating. You don't need to ask me what country that is. They spent out all 400 million pounds as celebration. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution, my friend.
Okay. Seven minutes left, so let us have your phones. Let us have your calls. You want to talk to the famous Charrandas Persaud. Of course, Charan has his admirers and the detractors, but he has his admirers, and people need to know that. And his admirers are quite countless. Hello? Hello? Anything you want to say to Charrandas Persaud? He's not our guest. He's co-hosting the program. Hello?
For the call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show. Hello. Come on. Hello, my friend. How are you?
The NIS system.
Oh, all right.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes. A lot of the people who work are not getting the right NIS. They're not getting the NIS because the system was messed up. The NIS system, the people in the system, they need to fix that. So that's one thing regarding the guy who just speak. The other thing, a lot of these people who are farmers and vendors, a lot of these poor people, they have no NIS. Back in the days when the country was hard, wasn't even getting job. Where they gonna get NIS from? How are they gonna pay NIS? How many people had jobs, government jobs and things like that? Proper jobs. So this guy needs to know what he's talking.
All right. No, but what he's saying is quite correct. If you have been working, you make contribution towards NIS, unless it's been messed up in the system, you will be receiving an NIS pension and then an old age security. So the old age security is what he was mentioning, that the government does not. Well, it's an obligation that government has. It's called transfer payment in Canada and America, but it's old age security that is supposed to be paid to the people.
I got your point. So let's say, okay, they're not entitled to old age pension. Okay, but the NIS, a lot of the people who were like 60 and over, back in the days, you couldn't even get jobs. Jobs are not like now. A lot of people couldn't get work.
That is true, yeah.
I remember.
So they wouldn't be getting NIS.
So how would you get NIS? A lot of people went to farming, doing all kinds of odd jobs. They didn't have no NIS. I know a lot of people like that.
No,
so
we hear you. That is true. We hear you. We hear you.
They have a government job with a big fat pay and all of that and benefits, and they can sit back and talk like that. But they gotta. But why don't they do a survey and see how many people is like in that situation?
No, I agree. A lot of people did not have make contributions to NIS, so they would not be receiving NIS. I made some, but I didn't make enough as a school teacher.
And a lot of those people are supporters of the government right now.
Yeah, yeah. All right, my friend. Thank you. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Maybe it's too cold in Canada. I think
it might be too cold. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon program.
Hi, good evening, Charan and Freddie.
Good evening, my friend.
I must commend you guys doing a very great job.
Thank you.
No, you gotta commend Charan. Very good for him to come on the board. I told Charan he has to reintegrate himself back into Ghana and forget about hateful people and forget about his detractors.
Right. Actually, I know Charan. I've only met him a few times, a very long time ago in Canada, just before he started studying for his law degree and so on.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. We had a good time. My my brother-in-law, who is the president for Commerce last Monday now. So I met him in the Starbuck market when he came and visited him, a businessman of Starbuck market. Anyway, my point is, what I want to find out is this now. Now with the banks, right? I have two accounts with the bank, a checking account and a personal account. Now the bank sent me a notice that...
you got to do it quickly. Our operator
they want
told us...
they want some reintegration, they want backup proof of address and so on. But I want to know, they're asking for income and expenditure statement for the last 2 years. So I'm asking, I think GRA was supposed to be asking for those things. How come the bank is asking for that? Is it
quickly, our operators, what are they? What did you go into the bank to
ask
do?
For? Yeah.
No, they send this notice to me.
To say what?
That I need to go in. I have to
update
proof of address.
No, but they don't. If it's to update your account, object to them telling you have to disprove and prove. I saw the vice president, the president, and finance minister in a press conference really taking the bank to task, and somebody has to take.
Because listen to me, Freddie. Let me tell you the three things they're asking for: updated proof of address, income and expenditure statement.
Why, if you updating your account, they want that?
I don't know. And then okay, they want to update this business registration. I don't remember.
Go and see a lawyer. The banks are overdoing it with this nonsense. And no matter who the vice president talk about it, he was even so cynical in saying, look, like they want you to take up.
Look what they're saying. They're saying failing with the bank.
Well, we got to go.
If you don't do it, they will sever their relationship, the business relationship.
Really? They can't take your money.
Take your business elsewhere, man.
You go to another bank.
Take my number and call me, and we'll deal with it. My number is 614-5927. 614.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to go. We got to hold our calls now.
Okay, thank you guys for having me. I'll call personally on his number, and I'll time and speak to him.
Okay, buddy,
we got to
thanks.
go.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Charan, we got to
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Guyanese, wherever you are, let me take some sip of water. It's been a long hour and a half, but there's some things we need to point out. This is the first program Charrandas has hosted, and we gave his number out 2 times, 707-1132, and all the calls have been to Charan's phone. Now, this is an indication of how people see each other. You listen to some sections of the media, you listen to some sections of political society, and you would think they speak for the entirety of the population. We had this program an hour and a half, and there wasn't a deluge of criticism of Charan. Charan, you did this. Charan, you did that. The Starbuck News referred to him as the disgraced Charrandas Persaud. Is he the disgraced Charrandas Persaud? Our calls this evening didn't suggest that. It was nice to have Charrandas Persaud here. We enjoyed taking your calls. We'll be back on Friday with a guest, and we will try to facilitate the presence of Charrandas Persaud here as often as possible. Charan has a long history of politics and a long history of association with the law, and is quite a likable person in Berbice. Like every one of us, he has his detractors. I started this program by telling you my column last Sunday was rejected by Mr. Glenlal of the Kaito News, and no one informed me. That's the kind of things you have to face in life, and you have to overcome it and get on. Charan has certainly overcome it. We have gone beyond our time, or we can't do our operators that. It was nice to having your conversation with you, having your question. It was nice for you to interact with Charrandas Persaud. Have a pleasant Thursday coming. We'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.
Very
Charan?
quickly, before I sign out, I would like to thank all of you who've called in and congratulated and commended me and shared kind words. I think that will go a very long way. I am not overly disturbed by what some critics are saying because, you know, one of them in particular, I had to defend him for brutalizing his wife. And he is one to tell me that, oh, you should not have abused the woman. There was an exchange, as I mentioned. We're not going to get into that. It's done. It's over with. I have apologized. As a high commissioner, my behavior was not appropriate. I want to know how many of them who have misbehaved or who have behaved in a manner not appropriate to the position they're holding, or even in the face of the ordinary person, have they apologized for that? My friends, again, thank you very much, and I love you all. Have a good one.